swear, I'm a professional. I swear. Welcome back to Humble Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D, and today we're bringing you a match. Myself, Jimmy D, on Turtle Jun, something you might have seen at Deck Tech from earlier if you see my Twitch channel, and possibly my YouTube channel. I believe that's going to be going live here shortly. Against Zach, a member of Humble Pie who was showing up to help us practice for this Saturday's RCQ at the End Games, playing Quintorius. Yes, today's match is going to be myself here on the left on Turtle Jun, Deck Tech out there. Today, I think we're going to try and make this the Deck Tech for Quintorius, a combo that has seen regular play. It's growing itself into 4% of the meta. If you saw the last video, we looked at it. It's making up a small sector. This deck plays a lot like the same deck that got banned in Pioneer, an emergency ban, if you will, during the Atlanta trip that me and my Humbros went down to. There was a Geological Explorer deck that played very, very similar combos and very, very similar deck. And you're about to see it in action and see what this combo-esque deck is capable of doing and taking over the meta. However, it does have its bad matchups. With that, let's get started. But had you seen me in the last video, you might have known that I was talking about how the deck did not seem to work well. Like I had to mulligan so many times here. He told me to look away, thankfully, put up his hand and said no lands. I was like, yeah, go ahead. That's not going to do it. This deck, the way that it functions, it needs to hit its land drops. There's really only two things that this deck truly, truly cares about. It's hitting those land drops and making sure it combos off. So if you're playing this deck, make sure you can hit your land drops and have ways to do it. The channel abilities, the discard abilities, anything that you can do with your cards to make sure you hit those land drops. Get to 5 as soon as you possibly can and Quintorius combo off. You only really need one card. Requires 5 mana, but you only need one card. And that's the namesake of the deck, Quintorius. Quintorius Khan. And. Gotta put an emphasis on and. Because I can't be, I don't want to be mistaken as a Trekkie as Khan! But that it should be the meme. That really should be the meme for this deck. As you'll see here, I think in match 2, I actually got into a little bit of a tilt mode. So if you guys want to stick around for the next video, you might see me here in tilt. Actually, I'm going to put both in the same content. We're going to put both. This is already a quicker video as you're going to see the combos here. Obviously, Zach Happy is hitting his Triomes, has full domain now. So he has access now to his Leyline Bindings to keep the board clean. And he is well aware that my Bristly Bill can get out of control. So you'll see him here just basically exile it with a Leyline in hand. So easy mana base, already hit his domain, all 5 colors. 1 mana, hits my Bristly Bill, and he's already controlling the board state, which is absolutely essential for this deck. It needs to make sure it doesn't take any quick damage, aggro damage. It's fearful of those aggros. My deck can go aggro to a little bit. Here you're going to see me play out Voldaren Thrillseeker to back itself up. I really don't like playing that on this turn, but I need to have some kind of answer to the combo. It was the only answer I had in my hand. If I could have untapped, I could have used it to keep his Quintorius in check. Obviously, he did have the answer, the kill spell, but the Bedazzle card gives it +3/-3. If I'd had 1, I could have... Oh, no, I wouldn't have built it. It would have died before I could sack it. But Turtle combo coming off. Try to fill up the yard, get my combo going. Ag of the Soul Cauldron, the Bristle, 2 different arts of the same cards, the 4-mana Bristle card. Tap 5, he's super excited. Here comes Quintorius, the combo piece of combo pieces. And now you get to watch and view the wonderful mill off the top of my deck combo off. I've already tapped out. I've already given him shields down. He was already on the play. Spark double the play. Now he gets to copy Quintorius. Hits me for 2 damage. We're going to walk you through it, even though this is pretty much it. You get the card out and you win. Congratulations. Good magic. Zach, if you're out there, I'm sure you're loving this right now. You can replay it in your mind how many times you went off. Going back, he uses the Spark Double to be a Quintorius. He uses the Discover ability. Gets himself another Spark Double. Different art, same card. He doesn't have all 4 the same, but this is another Spark Double. Had a beautiful Legends and full art here. So he's going to copy the Quintorius. When this casts, both Quintorius hit me for 2 damage. So that's 4 damage. So he gains 4, I lose 4. Now he's going to Discover again. When this one plays, it's going to be 6 damage when he hits. Spark Double again. Hits me for 6. Gains 6, goes to 32. Now he's going to down tick again. And once this one down ticks, it's going to hit me for 8 damage and gain him 8 life. That's the combo. It's super complicated. Obviously, all those at home might be wondering why he's putting an additional counter on top of these things. Is because Spark Double comes in with an additional counter. So as he's copying a Planeswalker, he gets an additional loyalty for having to copy another Planeswalker. So if you can't see these dice, Quintorius is on 1. These Spark Doubles are on 2. They're kind of tiny dice. We're going to fix that for the live stream when we do major events. Don't worry. But yeah, he triple Spark Doubled. He's going to go in here. He's going to find himself, I believe, an Imposter finally, or maybe his 4th Spark Double. I don't know. But basically going to hit there. Yeah, the Imposter copies one of the tokens, and he hits me for 8 and just kills me right off the bat. Yeah, that's magic. We are 5 minutes in to this first game, and I died. And remember, 3 minutes of that was shuffling. So yeah, good two minutes, and I'd had nothing that I could have done. When he killed my Voldaren Thrillseeker, that was my only out in my opening hand. Now, no, I did know what this deck was, and some of you might get surprised when you're looking against this deck. So if your opponent's playing nothing but land cards, if you see that Bedazzled card, they're on Quintorius. If you see them channel for a land, they're on Quintorius. You might think, oh, this is Domain. Look for what they do in the turns 2s and 3s. That'll let you know whether to pivot or not. It's important you know the difference, because those decks you have to play against very differently. They require quite a bit of different bits of interaction. When you're playing Quintorius, you have to make sure that on the turn that they can play it, you have interaction, which makes, personally, for some bad Magic play, I'm not a big fan of always having to leave up 2 if I have the Bone Crusher Giant, or always leave up 3 if I have the Murderous Rider, or the Bitter Triumph at my side, or leaving up 2. I don't always have, like, having to play with open mana to threaten that interaction to stop the combo, because if you don't, you just lose. Like, you have to, and if they get up to additional mana after that, they're just going to go into their 7/6, trying to get in Quintorius, the Carnivorous Carnosaur that we showed off in the preview for the deck tech for this thing. We're going to side. The side's going to remain the same another time. My side for this deck was 2 Stone Brains and 1 Haywire Might to get rid of those Leyline Bindings. His sides were just getting in 3 additional virtues. So he had 3 virtues of the Black Virtue, if you will. It gives it -3/-3 and gain 3 life. And most of everything in my deck it kills. And that's what he wants to do. He needs to gain some life, stop the aggro plays, and have some kind of removal. So he's got 3 virtues on the side, not really going too far off the combo, so he has to play removal that's extremely costly, but really good against a deck that loves his graveyard. Luckily, I didn't have to side against Graveyard Hate, because he doesn't have it and doesn't care. The deck does pretty decent against Phoenix. I think Phoenix Fast Start might be able to get underneath it. But it really does, as you've seen, Mull to 5 from him on that. Mull to 6 from me. He was on the play. Dominated in 3 minutes. Going to be mulling here again. And for those that don't know, I had a 60-card deck, which is perfectly legal. My deck is 62 cards. I did a deck tech probably about a week or so ago. If you're on YouTube, maybe it was about a week ago on the YouTube channel. And did this Turtle Jund. It went 3-0 in the event. It did fantastic for that day. But the deck is extremely powerful. I love it. I think it hits a lot of the meta. Obviously, it has its bad matchups. I think this is one of them, personally. I don't have a whole lot of interaction that I can use to stop the combo, but I do have some. And if I can get to a nice... obviously, when I'm playing Stonebrain, I have to play that on 4 or 3 if I've been able to get a mana ramp or a mana dork out. But I can't give him the opportunity to Leyline Binding that card and stop me from removing it. And the card you hit, you think, Quintorius, personally, you're wrong. Hit the Spark Double. Call Spark Double, and most of the combos in here are going to fizzle. It's going to cost him to kill itself. There's less doubling effects in here. There's less to mill to. He's only gotten 2 Impersonators, and the Impersonators have to sacrifice themselves when they hit a Quintorius in play. So only 1 can live. Obviously, it's not great against the Coniferous, but I'd personally rather deal with non-token Coniferouses and maybe some random Quintorius that's going to stop at 3 cards versus having to play against 6, or what we saw, 4 Quintoriuses that just killed me. All right, so Restless Cottage, my play. Catch Your Triumph on his play. Mull to 5. You note that I do have some interaction for this match. I have the Bone Crusher in hand. I'm wondering how aggro I can get on these plays and where I'm going to go. So I'm going to start off myself with a nice little Ag of the Soul Cauldron to get my combo in line. I want to give some kind of presence where I can build up my combo, knowing that there's likely not going to be a whole lot of interaction from his side. Obviously, 4 ley lines do have to care about, but not a whole lot. And killing creatures isn't terrible for me. My biggest threat is his deck. Muda Vault to play. I'm going to drop out here, start off with, I believe, a Ginger Brute. No, Citrus Supplier. That's the one from the new dog set. Mill over Stitchers, Ginger Brute, and Virtue. This is the Virtue that he put in his deck. This is my main. And here's the one of only mana decks I have, the Land of War Lone Speakers. This is a 2-mana 1/3 that taps for any mana color. And also, you can tap it and any land becomes animated as a 3/3. Really good in a turtle combo deck. So if I don't want to waste mana reanimating my cottage, I can reanimate it as a 3/3 and still get its ability, believe it or not. It's pretty cool. Because I did animate it and it did attack as an animated land. So I still get all that really cool text from the cottage. Great card. I only have it at 3. Probably should put it at 4. I'm working on the numbers. Hit me in the chat if you guys think any different. Ginger Brute going to come out here, so now I can at least have that effect in here. Make whatever land I want unblockable. That Muda Vault would be a great target. He's going to Leyline Binding my Citrus Supplier. Note, he could have hit my Agatha Soul Cauldron. And I actually asked him after this match why he didn't go for my Agatha Soul Cauldron. And he told me, well, I just forgot it was there. Even though I literally just removed the card. And it would have made more sense to remove the card. However, it ended up being the proper choice against my deck. It hurt. Me not being able to get the kill effect of the Stitcher Supplier, I had the Souls of the Lost in hand, so I couldn't actually force a sack, and I didn't want to reduce my hand size just to create like a 3, what it would have been a 3/4 at that point. Didn't really want to go down on hand size and lose my interaction, the only interaction I had with the Bone Crusher Giant. But jam out here with, I think, with a Misery Shadow. I debated on whether I wanted to do the 3/4. It just wasn't worth it. Misery Shadow to play. Create a 3/3. Turn Muda Vault into a 3/3 attack for 3. Could have noted possibly gone for 4, but with 2 mana open, I didn't want to risk the chance that he had some kind of removal spell, and I wanted to keep it open, so if he did try the +3, -3, I could actually give it a +1/+1 to dodge it. So if you guys are wondering why I didn't activate Agatha, I was reading that he potentially could have killed my spell, and now looking at the mana, I realize I'm wrong. The white plains here should have been an indicator that Leyline was the only removal spell he had. But yeah. Gonna Agatha Soul Cauldron at the end step. Eat the Stitchers. Doesn't add any effects to the cards. He's gonna Bedazzle. Here's that removal spell that he couldn't play before and I didn't read properly, but gonna kill the Lone Speaker, so now I can't animate this land as a 3/3. But I am gonna get the +1/+1 here on the Misery Shadow. So at least I could put in some kind of clock. I've got Bone Crusher Giant and a Souls of the Lost. I can't remember what the third card was, but missing that land drop really hurt here. And that missing those 2 replacements I should have had in the deck really hurt this deck. All right, going in for 3. Want to leave open mana, so if he tries the -3, -3, I'm going to pump it once. And I'm going to basically tell him I want it to resolve. I'm going to remove the Lone Speaker to put a +1/+1 on it. I'm trying to play around the Leyline Binding so I don't overinvest. Get in the damage, leave open the 2 for the interaction. This way, I know this is the turn. He needs 5 mana to get his Quintorius in play. I had to leave open the interaction. I did hit my land drop, so I had to leave this open. If not, I'm just dead. So the only thing I can do is try to keep his combo in check. And I believe he's going to hit his land drop and go for Quintorius, if I remember correctly. Debating on whether he wants to shock himself, too. One of the things that Zach thinks through is how to use his life as a resource, and can I kill him? Going for the Quintorius combo. Get a minus. Tell him in response. Stomp. There it goes. Put this over in the adventure side. This way, whenever he gets either Spark Double or the Impersonator, there's no target to copy, so it immediately goes to the graveyard. So good read on my end. I knew he was probably going to hit it on curve. Wanted to make sure I could stop it. I'm hoping at this point, after eating a Leyline Binding, eating a Bedazzle, and now eating one of his Quintoriuses, I'm hoping he's off the combo. Maybe you can only play with some of those 7/7s and stuff, and I don't mind because now that this Misery Shadow can pay 1 to get Ginger Brute's unblockable effect, I can get the damage in. Currently looking at a maximum of 7. No creatures. Well, yeah, he's got the Spark Double, so I can remove the Spark Double to get a +1/+1. That's what I'm going to do. No effect. It doesn't. It's a triggered ability, not an activated ability. So Agatha Soul Cauldron won't get me anything, but I will get additional +1/+1. 5/5 Misery Shadow can get in for a total of 8 damage if I tap out, putting him to 2. But I have no more interaction, so that's basically all I have. Tap in, hope that he's going to go for the Carnosaur and can't kill me. And that way I can basically kill him with my Misery Shadow next turn. Taps. All 6. Here comes the Carnosaur. So he had 2 ways next Sunday to kill me here. Spark Double the hit. So now he's going to get a +1/+1 version of it. Not too much of a hard... I'm not too bothered by this, honestly. Because, like I said, I have the Ginger Brute in Yard, so I can give this unblockable. And stop it. But Carnosaur going to trigger another Carnosaur, so he's going to get Quintorius here. Here's where things are starting to go bad for me, because now I have to worry about the lifelink that he gets. If he gets himself higher than 8 or 9, if I have an untapped land source, I'm pretty much out of this game. Because the backswing is just going to be too much. So Quintorius goes to minus. Going through, there's another Spark Double. It's going to copy that. Gain 2. So now when he goes again, he's going to gain 4, go to 8. I'm still good at 8. Still good at 8 if it stops here. Just need to hope that 8 is where this stops. Because like we said, that if you do get yourself on the Impersonator, it'll start legend rolling, stacking the Quintorius. Going through, gets there. Here's the Impersonator. Gonna get for 4. It's gonna copy. Oh, I forgot. He can copy the Spark Double. So then he doesn't lose the legendary roll. I needed it to go into Quintorius Impersonator, and then have the Impersonator copy the Carnosaur. Yeah, he's gonna minus. Here's another Spark Double. And now he's officially out of range for me to kill him. I unfortunately don't have... I need Misery Shadow in the graveyard, which I don't think he's going to kill. And I need mana so I can activate the mana. Basically, what I need is the turtle to give me free activation from the Mutavault, and then Misery Shadow underneath Agatha Soul Cauldron, and and basically have it untapped. But since it needs to be tapped and where I'm at, and he killed my my Dork like he did, I would need Voldaren Thrillseeker underneath it as well. A 3-card combo requires that I have all 3 cards underneath it, or 2 cards at least underneath it. I would need Misery Shadow and Voldaren Thrillseeker underneath Agatha Soul Cauldron, and the turtle out so I could pump it infinitely and then sacrifice it and fling it at him. It's pretty much my only out in this situation. He's got me down to 8. He's got an 8/6 and a 7/6, both with trample, and a 3/2 as he ticked up with this Quintorius Con to create a 3/2. So I'm going to give this unblockable. Come in for 5, tap 2 more, come in for 7. And knock him down to 7 and concede. That's match 1. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm not going to go anywhere. Don't worry, we're going to go to the next matchup here. This is, we got 3 matchups with this. I think this next one, if I remember correctly, is the one at Tilt, because this combo is insane, and it doesn't feel fun. But if you're out there and you want to play it, by all means, all the rest of those sick combos are out there. 2 stars for Zach. Quintorius takes it down. Gets those wins, but actually good note from you. I appreciate that, Blue. I need to stay up on top of making sure I keep track of each one of these matchups and keeping those stars quantity there. But yeah, that's how devastating this deck can be. Now we're going to go into match 2, where I get to be on the play this time. Mind you, I got the play in game 2, but it didn't do much. All right. These are not long. Not long videos at all. Just tells you how quickly these matchups can really go. Or I think, yeah, I'm going to 5. At least have some interaction. That was kind of important. A lot of these things I was hoping to get a copy of my Stone Brain. Here's a little spoiler alert. I didn't get it. Not for this game. I really wish I could have got the Stone Brain. I really wanted to show you guys how effective that can be against this deck, because it is beatable. Start off with Zeotora's Proving Ground. Got all 3 of my colors now. He's also going to start off with Triumph. This Overgrown Tomb. Not going to take the damage. Doesn't need it. No spell he can actually activate. Blackleaf Cliffs to play. That's one of the special expeditions. Take it back. Going to go Mutavault so I have an activated land. I think in this one, I wanted to make sure the Mutavault could get into attack if I needed to. So I could try to put some race, but the Mull to 5 really didn't help. Blackleaf Cliffs, now the play. Perfectly legal, by the way. If you haven't seen some of our videos, playing the wrong land at that time, as long as you're in that moment, you're welcome to take it back. Champion, I heard he's got his top 4 matchup. I can't wait to show that to you. Now, obviously, after reminded him that going after my Agatha Soul Cauldron was a good play, gets Leyline Binding to get it. See my 4th land. Unfortunately, do not have double green. I was really super excited to hit my 4th land drop, but unfortunately did not have enough for the turtle, which would have been really useful here in this situation. So basically, going to hold up in my interaction because I got to worry about him going off. So I got to keep open the stomp, dazzle the place. Now I'm off a land. Yep, Drew in the semifinals, says Cherish. what an amazing state of gameplay right there, Cherish. Go to my turn, no land, gonna pass. Got to keep open. The unfortunate part is, like, I have in this game. This is another reason why I tell you I really get flustered of how you have to play against this deck, because you can't tap out. You can't afford the turn where that could have been the turn where you tapped and channeled, gained some life, ramped out to 5, and then Quintorius kills me. So I'm always on edge on the potential that he could discard this card or channel something to get his 5 minute and go off. And he's debating about it right now because he has all 5 lands. And this is the turn he's going to do it, if he's going to do it at all, and knows that I have to keep open interaction, but instead goes for Karuga. And I can't wait till you guys see this heads up play. This one cracked me up. Didn't get my 4th land. Stop again. I can't play cards, guys. I have to keep it open because he has the opportunity to Quintorius combo me. And if I don't keep that open interaction, I just lose. So I have to keep 2 lands untapped. And I'm also missing my land drops here. So at the end step here, he's going to Leyline Binding. What's he Leyline Binding? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why did he Leyline Bind, you might ask? For his... And honestly, this is great heads up play from him. Honestly, I had 2 stomps in hand. 2. And I'm asking him, like, I had to look at it to see if it had to target something. It doesn't. He can just put it in play. But he bought his Karuga, so he's just going to play his Karuga. And now he gets to draw 2 cards. Refill in his hand. Tap land. Goes back to me. No 4th land. I'm gonna have to pass. Again, I can't tap out. I can't kill the Karuga. It's got too big of a butt. And Stomp only does 2 damage. But I can't play any cards because if I do, it just gives him free permission to run the Quintorius combo on me. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Spark double the play. He's going to copy the Karuga, so now he's going to draw 3 cards. But this one getting a +1/+1. I love how confident he was on this one because he doesn't even attack me until I tell him, attack me. Let's play like real Magic. I have my guard down. It's not like I'm going to channel white. What is it? The white channel land, the Ganjo. It's not like I'm going to Ganjo on this deck. I don't have white. So he draws his 3, looks at his hand, wants to see if he wants to play anything. There's nothing to play against. Obviously, I don't want to block with my land because it's just, I'm already hurting. I need to get my 4th land to be able to turtle land at least. Discards the hand size. He even had it, by the way, so it was a good read on my side. Maybe, I don't know when he got it, but hits me for 5. Go to land. I think I finally get my land drop here. Nope. There's that tell, guys. I threw my hand down. And then the reason I'm kind of like disappointed at this point is I can't kill either of his creatures, and I can't put up a board state. So I just concede. Like, I've got 2 stomps for his Quintorius combo, but I'm dead to these 2 Karugas. So there's nothing I could have done in this situation. And you can see with that, me throwing my hand down here, the tilt screen, like that, and Humbro is a choice. And today, I chose tilt. Zach and I are fantastic friends, by the way. That's why I love playing him. He didn't take any offense to it. He knows how the way the deck works, but he knew it wasn't feeling very good. 3 matches in a row. We barely even played an hour's worth of actual Magic at this point, and I'm getting my butt just handed to me. All right, going aside, we're going to decide the same things that we did every single time. Putting in 2 Stone Brains, getting my Haywire Mite from the side, putting it in. He's going to bring in his 3 Virtues. Make sure he has something against the aggro build here. We're going to skip through ahead of that. Save some time like we need to. I mean, these things are so fast. All right, land from me. Going for Restless Cottage. He goes for Stomping Ground tapped. Restless Cottage again, going for Gingerbrute, get some attack in. You can see the aggression here. So Tilt-0-Meter, tip, tip, tip. I'm getting that aggression in, tapping in with that Gingerbrute. I wish I could show it to you guys live. I need to get this just so you guys can see this thing tilter. It'd just be hilarious for you guys to watch. Sacred Fountain of the play, doesn't want to give me any life. That's fine. Or easy life damage here. Tapping 2, Misery Shadow. I'm going to go in for 1 because I forgot to tell you that. Yeah. Played it a little out of sequence there, but you get what I'm doing. And this was mostly for the camera. It obviously doesn't matter if I played early, but again, don't give your opponent the tell like I just did there. Obviously, the tilting factor is having its own effect, and this is why you should tilt in real Magic. Don't tilt, because it makes you play bad Magic, and that's what it was doing. The Misery Shadow should have been played main phase 2. That's the rule. Remember? And I always obey that rule. Unless I'm Rage. I'm tilting. Tilt-0-Meter. Increase. At least presenting some kind of clock here. Zetria's I think that's Zetria's Triome. Or maybe it's Inditha. I don't... I can never tell the difference between Inditha and Zetria. Triome the land play anyways here. Gonna pass turn. Inditha. Thanks, Zach. Yep. Inditha's Triome. 4th land drop. Got double green source. Is this the turn I turtle? Do I finally bring the Turtle Jun in? Nope, going in for the damage. Don't want to play shields down. Want to play around the Bedazzle because he does have the access to play it. So now I could have had the opportunity to try to pump it out of range, but obviously the Leyline Binding being the play here. Gonna go Agatha or go for Voldaren Thrillseeker. Now that I have 1 open, had to take 1 damage for that. But now at least I have some answer for his Quintorius combo if he decides to go off. Also nice is that I can get this thing in for damage and sacrifice at the end step if I want to. Zach not giving me any shock damage whatsoever. Couldn't make it easy on me, Zach, could you? Just couldn't give me just a little bit of shock damage? I mean, it wouldn't have done anything, but it made my life a little bit easier. Can I get a pity shock? Can I get a pity shock for 2 damage? Is that a thing? Now representing 7 points of damage. Those that understand, I can sacrifice that. I now have to leave at least 1 open with that Voldaren Thrillseeker. Gonna go with Agatha Soul Cauldron here. Get the combo piece up. I know that with at least 1 open mana, I can stop the Quintorius combo. Gonna get in with the Muda Vaults because I do have that 1 open land, so I can activate Voldaren Thrillseeker at a moment's notice. And this is the turn where he's going to use his Bedazzle to kill my Voldaren Thrillseeker. And watch how I do this. Because I have to play around that Quintorius combo. You're going to see exactly why I do this. And even tilted, I was smart enough to do this. At first, I was like, sacrifice. And then I said, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Because as soon as I sacrifice this 3 damage and put it at him, my shields are completely down. And now I can't stop him from Quintorius combo killing me. So instead, I just let it die, get the 4 damage in, and then tell him to take that 3 back, because he took the 3 because he thought I sacrificed it, but I didn't. I put the Voldaren Thrill Seeker underneath the Voldaren's, underneath Agatha's Soul Cauldron. That way, I could have the 2 damage necessary to stop the combo. You need that 2 damage to stop Quintorius. But I can now sacrifice this Ginger Brute using Voldaren Thrill Seeker's ability to stop him from Quintorius comboing me. So, did I sacrifice for the 3 damage? No, because it wouldn't have done me any good. I need to get him off the combo. Oh, just 1 damage, sure, but I need to have a +1/+1. It has to have a +1/+1 to have the ability. So, yes, you're right. The initial Quintorius only needs to have 1 damage done to it. Is that going to go buy himself his Karuga? I'm thinking about this turn. Do I turtle? Do I turtle off now? I've got the open 1. That's, again, where most of my mind is always thinking, I got to make sure that I keep 1 open because I have to stop this combo. Going to take 2 damage from Overgrown Tomb. Going to activate 4 so I can get some damage in with the Cottage. This will get additional 6 points of damage. Technically representing 2 clocks here. Just got to tap my mana correctly. So I can attack in, get myself a food token, and have myself a nice little Ginger Brute to keep his Quintorius in check. Gonna take 6, representing a 2-turn clock, so I know that at least next turn I can stop the Quintorius combo. I can't stop the Carnosaur, but at the very least I can at least try to get underneath it and get some extra damage in. End step, he's going to channel, gain 3 life, get himself another basic, so now he can do the Carnosaur if necessary. Fill up his board. Not too concerned, at least I know I'm keeping his Quintorius in check. Basic planes from Zach. He channels, gets himself back in the game. That 2-turn clock now delayed by 1 additional turn. All right, here comes the play. Here comes Carnosaur. Not too concerned about this Carnosaur. I still have to keep that Quintorius in check. Spark double the hit. So now he's representing an important board state. He's got himself an 8/7 and a 7/6. Going to come up here. Looks to hit Quintorius. The deck has so much fun, says Zach. I mean, yes, I'm sure you were having the time of your life. Trying to be from my end of the spectrum. So, yep. Quintorius combo, kill it. Try to get him to stall. I got to do whatever I possibly can to get him to stall this. Discover 4. Going to be at the bottom of the deck now with both those Quintoriuses. So, Clever Impersonator coming in. Going to copy the Spark Double. Doesn't get the +1/+1. But at least I stopped him from basically being able to Quintorius combo kill me. I gotta hope that I can basically fizzle out through all of his assets here. As well, this is absolutely threatening. Spark double the hit again. Gonna copy the Carnosaur. Twin, gonna copy the Carnosaur. He's only got 2 twins left, or Spark doubles left. So slowly evading some kind of like combo, and I don't have to worry about multiple Quintoriuses. Quintorius the combo here. He's only got 2 Spark doubles left. So at least I'm not dead from double Spark double. Milling over, looking for a Spark double. There you go. Gets it. Copies Carnosaur. Only has 1 hit left for his copies here. That's why he's copying that Carnosaur. Carnosaur going to hit potentially another Quintorius. Note that these Quintoriuses will have to Legend Rule kill themselves. Yep, miscard here. Quintorius going to Legend Rule, kill the other one. How many Carnosaurs do you need, Zach? That's a good question, Zach. How many Carnosaurs do you need? All of them, says Zach. So, luckily enough, because most of his Spark doubles are out, I don't have to worry about him combo killing me with the Quintorius here. But it has the ability to... basically, he's only can do 2 damage trade-offs here. So he's going to tick up and stop there to create a 3-2. Wanted to make sure that if there was any kind of board wipe or something that he wasn't aware of, that he could at least go back in the combo. That was a good heads-up play from Zach here. So if you're wondering why I didn't keep going to try and do this, he only had one other target to plus his Quintorius. The Quintoriuses were just going to trade with themselves, and now at least he can rebuild the board state if he needs to, given I have some kind of board wipe. So, Ginger Brute. I had to come back and remind him that my end step I wanted Ginger Brute. I saw my only line here, and you'll see that it really didn't matter. I basically only had one out. Turtle into Misery Shadow. Taking 2 from Overgrown Shadow, or Overgrown Tomb. The only way I can win this game right now is if I turtle and I hit a Misery Shadow off the top. Here comes the Blossoming Turtle. Mill 3. Misery Shadow is the top one. I got this. Voltaren Thrill Seeker. So now I get so excited I was almost playing out of order. I can activate the Mutavault for free. Remove the Misery Shadow. Put it on to put the +1/+1 on Mutavault. I can now infinitely activate the Misery Shadow. Infinitely. And then I can fling it at the face. If anyone was watching that hand repetition, that's the Tilt-0-Meter. The Tilt-0-Meter to get me to the point. Like, this is max Tilt-0-Meter. I finally did it. I finally beat this deck. I got my 1 win. Oh, his last Spark Double was in his hand. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, I guess it wasn't. I mean, he just had to stop there. But yeah, the combo got off. I got to play it 1 whole turn. 1 whole game. All right, now to game 3. I got a blue star. I won a game. Thanks, Blue. You're the real hero. You're looking out for me. I appreciate you. Thanks, Blue. Can you believe it, guys? I got a star at this game. My deck's not trash. It's actually a really good deck. I really recommend you playing it. A lot of the other matchups seem really good. It's the Amalia combo that I really need to get more practice against, I think, personally. This one, I just, like, you got to take your hits. If you played Magic the Gathering, you have to understand no deck is unbeatable. No deck is going to beat the whole format. And if it really did, then everyone would be playing the same deck and it would just get really boring. So, this is my weakness. This is my kryptonite. And these were removed without replacements because your boy Jimmy D is a genius. All right. Going to keep 7 because we're trying to practice here. And I actually presented my first time the legal deck in this matchup. Fable passes a play from Zach. Here comes Restless Cottage. He's going to fetch for his first basic here. I believe he goes for an island. Fitting. He's doing it to get under my skin, aren't you, Zach? You're just going for blue just to get under my skin. I know it. I can feel it. Tell me, Zach. Tell me the truth. Tell me. You went for an island just to show off. You don't play counterspells. Who are you tricking? Who are you trying to trick? You want me? I ain't falling for it. I know your deck lists. I know you. Back to the game now that my secondary personality is taken back over. Welcome back. We're going to go into his turn. Stopping for the Overgrown Tomb. Going to give me that shock damage. Thank you very much. Finally being generous. Untap. Going to finally be able to play my lands and because I think I actually saw a basic in here too. Here comes Copperline Gorge to play. Got my green access now. Going for Llanowar Lone Speaker, the mana dork in my deck. He's going to channel, gain 3. Get himself a nice little ramp. Tilt-0-Meter kind of dropping. Kind of dropping. We're playing some Magic again. My deck has done what it needs to. So if you're watching the Tilt-0-Meter, it's kind of going down a little bit. Things are looking good. I've got cards. I've got interaction. I've shown that I can beat this deck. I have a star next to my name. Going for a Plains. Note that this is one of the few that doesn't actually put it into the battlefield. Gain 3 life, put it in your hand. So Zach making sure he has his domain, so he has some interaction. He's one color off. Needs red. But can tap it for 2. So now he does have some kind of interaction. See, swamp the play. Looking at it, I'm a little bit concerned he can ramp out at end step, but decide to go for the turtle. Maybe this is the turn I can get some extra emphasis in because he's not at 5 yet. So I took a gamble. I said, okay, he's not going to ramp. I can do this. Mutavault Agatha in the pack, pass it. He ramped to 4. I was wrong. I thought it was safe. I thought it was safe to come out. I was wrong. And this is on me because I tapped out. And this is what you get when you tap out against this deck. Because now he's going to ramp to 4. Now has full domain. All the colors he needs. 5. Quintorius. Stop. Stop. Drop. Buckle up shop. Tilt-0-Meter to overdrive. Because what you're witnessing right here is me literally walking away from this game. I am done. I had to step outside. So, yeah. What you're going to see here is Zach, who's a great sport. He's going to show you guys how this combo works. Yet again, because if you didn't see it the first 3 times, you get to see it all over again. And Zach is just going to play through and put the combo on there. I'm gone at this point, guys. I'm outside. I'm having myself some fresh air because I definitely need it at this point. Tilt-0-Meter to max. Insert the cartoon of the thermometer blowing up. Zach being a nice little guy. Did he just imposter hit his first one? Okay. Well, that's good news for me. All right, well, spark double. I'm going to get him an additional token. We'll just let Zach run through here. If you guys are wondering, he ticks down. I wasn't here. I just left. Told him, go ahead, put it out there so everyone can see the content. We don't want to admit, I don't want to take content away from you. All right. Spark double the play. Gonna hit me down for 4. At 29. I was literally 1 turn from killing him too. If I could have gotten myself, I had Agatha's Soul Cauldron in hand, and if I could have got myself a Misery Shadow in the yard, I'd have killed him with an attack. All right. Another spark double. I'm at 9. That's 1, 2, 3 spark doubles. Okay. Take it down. There's his last spark double. Gonna hit me for 8, puts me to 1. I feel like you missed that. Okay. I'm at 5. What's happening? I mean, yeah, blue, he's having fun. He stopped, though. Why'd you stop? Zach? Why did you stop? Okay. He's going for the salt, says Blue. I mean, yeah. I didn't die. I mean, he talked to me and consoled me and said, yeah, we can just play some other Magic after this. And I get another matchup for you. I wanted to show you guys some more of this content. I just had to get off and blow off some steam. You know, honestly, and there's one thing I didn't do. I didn't actually yell at Zach. I didn't actually go after him, and I just stopped the camera, said, I'm done with this. I'm done. Hey, Sandra, how's it going? Good to see you. But yeah, I was talking to him. I wasn't rude to him. I promise you guys. The Tilt-0-Meter was like, I need to get a fresh air break. I need to go. I needed to be somewhere else, because there's one thing that I will do beyond belief, if at all possible. I have apologized the few times that I've let it happen, but I will not take out my stress on other people. It is not on them to own it. I want you guys at home to know that it's not on them to own your frustrations. Try your best not to pass it on. That just creates more hate around the world. I love the game. I really do. There can be some times when it's not fun. We're looking at it. We're looking at times when this game just gets absolutely infuriating, and you want to get to the tilt side. But one of the things that, and I wish I could have the volume on here, but there's some royalty music that plays in the store, so I can't actually have volume in the store right now. But I didn't yell at him. I smiled at him. I said, "Great match. Carry on. Show them the content. The players need the content, guys." But I was just, I needed fresh air. I needed to walk out that store, get myself some fresh air, recircle myself, figure out what I need to do. Obviously, I need to find a new side deck, because this is clearly the deck that's going to kill me here. We're still going. Okay. I'm going to try and see when Zach comes back here. Didn't kill me. Oh, he picked up my cards. Okay. So Zach's going to play my deck. All right. I got the Soul Cauldron here. Looks like he's going to tap 2. Probably to play the Act of the Soul Cauldron. Okay. I've got tap 1 to activate. This didn't actually need to activate, though. It was free. Going in. Mill over Misery Shadow. Seriously? Seriously? Okay, yeah. And now my Mutavault attacks for lethal. Okay. I could have won this? Oh, he didn't have his 3-2 showing. Okay. We didn't actually have the token for it. For you guys who don't know, this was his 3-2 he created from the Quintorius Plus. He just didn't put it out there for you. Yeah, Zach, he forgot to make his 3-2. That would have been lethal. I would have won. Blue says Zach plays my cards better than I do. Yes, he does. Oh no. 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 Oh man. Oh. Can you imagine if I would have got the Voldarian Troll Seeker in the yard? Yeah. Okay. This is why you don't tilt and quit, guys. This is a live feed. Let you guys know you don't quit. Don't quit. Keep at it. Okay. Yep. Infinite. He's tapping it. Infinite. We're going all the way. Tilted tunnel vision. Blue, you right. TTV. We're gonna make that a meme. Put that up there. TTV. Tilted television. Yeah. 3-2 blocked the turtle. He took 4 damage, I guess. So he's just gonna, he's gonna sack it to get the cards from Infinite. Yeah, so he can play the cards and do damage. Yeah, okay, that works too. He basically altered his Quintorius text here to grab the cards from his graveyard to replay them. And it's gonna kill me with the triggers on the stack from all these Quintoriuses. So I guess, I mean, I needed an extra card here to win, but wow, that's how close I was. Okay. Yeah, don't tilt. Play the game through. Maybe I had a chance. I think I had a chance. Deciding. Yeah, Zach was a true pro. Came out there, Zach and I talked about this thing, and he was just like, you know what? I know where you're feeling. I know how you feel about this, but we got to do this. And honestly, I love the game too much to get to the point where I'm ever going to take out any stress on it. Zach, you can tell them and verify for it. I never did anything or said anything angry at you. I won't. I'm never going to try and take out my anger against other people. Why? Because you don't deserve it. That's my life. Don't do that to people. What does it mean to be humbro? It means don't take out your stress on other people. That's what it means. means choose to be humble. Now, obviously, it's not perfect, not always something you can do all times, as you just witnessed there. But being Quintorius comboed 5 games in a row within less than an hour doesn't really feel good. Maybe we'll get a clip of that and send it out to Wizards of the Coast. But obviously, aggro keeps this deck in check, so going to remove those stars, reset the screen. I was going to take a break, but it looks like we've only got 17 minutes worth of content, and we're going to run this to the end of the video. We're going to run this complete deck tech, so get to cover all this amazing content, show you guys what it feels to tilt against Quintorius, and 17 more minutes of this amazing gameplay. I won the die roll, so I started off with Restless Cottage, Stomping Ground tap from Zach. It's going to start off with my Swamp, Misery Shadow to play, Pass Back. Going to try the aggro version now. I'm thinking like maybe if I can stay low to the ground, I can get some additional points and get underneath this deck. Because I do know this deck can fumble to aggro. So maybe I can shift my deck into a nice little aggro play here. Note, the only turn I could have done the Souls of the Lost combo was a turn that he Leyline Binding'd it. So I really hadn't get that amazing 2-3 turn clock that you can get with a turn 1 Citrus Supplier, turn 2 Souls of the Lost, and then just get some massive damage in it, because that thing comes out as a 9-10 after all those mills and the sacrifice of the creature, obviously. Or 7-8. Turns out it's 7-8. Sorry, I'm thinking about fetch lands in Modern. Misery Shadow to play. Get into the damage. He's going to gain 3 with his channel, grab himself a land. Good that he's not ramping, but bad that he's going to hit his land drops. This deck never misses its land drops. And it plays 27 for those that have never played this deck. It's 27 full lands. You don't want to miss your land drops. Shuffling, shuffling. It's a lot easier watching this the day after. I don't know why people say they can't watch it the day after. It's so much easier. I got some sleep now. I don't have to worry about how tired and exhausted I was and getting my butt spanked by this deck. Gonna play that Plains. Likely gonna, looks like he's got 3 colors, missing blue. Gonna go ramp. Take this turn to Beanstalk ramp. Passing the turn. Likely going for his island at this point. Make sure he has his full domain on board. I know I've got about maybe a 2-turn clock. Yep, grabs the island. I got to think this one through. Can I get in enough damage with the mana I have? Currently can only hit him for 4, 6, 7, 8, or 7. Hit him for 7 right now. Gonna go in for damage. So presenting at least a 3-turn clock. I did not actually have interaction in this hand, by the way, if you're wondering why I tapped out like that. I also didn't have access to red. So, unfortunately, in this hand, I didn't have Bone Crusher Giant. I don't have the Murderous Riders in the side yet. And this is game 1 of this matchup here. So, is it smart to tap out right here and give him shields down? It's really the only move I have. So, I'm just going to hit him down for 4. Leave open 1 black, so I can at least pump one of my creatures if necessary. Really should just got that extra point of damage in. I don't know what I'm bluffing with 1 black, and cut down's not going to do anything. So probably I'll play a mistake on my side here where I should have just tapped out. There's nothing I can really do in this situation. I need to have that interaction. I have to have Bone Crusher Giant. I have to have Voldaren Thrill Seeker in play. I think I had one in hand, but no red source of mana, so I couldn't play it. It's a problem playing 3 colors. It doesn't always work out in your favor. Zach's going to shock himself. Nope, going to take it off. Decides not to go off that turn. Finally get my secondary green source, or my 4th land drop, sorry. My 4th land drop and my red source. Unfortunately, not fast enough for me to get out my only way to respond to this combo. So I'm threatening here 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. I can put him to 6 at best. Good news is I can also, at 9, I can probably kill him next turn if he doesn't do anything. Obviously, the deck's going to do something. So he's going to channel, get himself another basic. Looking for what land type he needs. He's got all of his colors and domains, so really it's just any kind of basic he wants to get. He's got everything he needs to cast Quintorius. He's got the double red so he can cast Carnosaur. Goes for Forest. I can't wait. I hope this Tilt-0-Meter. Mark, I really hope you help us out, that Tilt-0-Meter, man. That and the TTV. The Tilted Tunnel Vision. Mountain the play. Tapping all 6. Carnosaur. Get some Quintorius right off the top. I tapped 3. Left the 3 open, said, hold up, I got it. No, I don't. I don't have anything I can do against that. Trying to bluff. Quintorius plays, and here we go. The wheels keep spinning. And Quintorius con. Hey, girl. Where you at? Hey, want to say out of the chat? Can you see her? Can you see her? Want to say out of the chat? Want to say out of the chat? I mean, I could do the commentary on here, and I mean, maybe you want to see it. Here's a clever impersonator. Going to copy the Carnosaur, because he can't copy Quintorius, or forces him to sack the copy Quintorius, so he can do the Carnosaur here. Hey, girl. Just here for the pets, aren't you? Get the love. Get the love. Kaiju just coming in for some love here. Yeah, Impersonator's going to copy the Carnosaur because it's the smartest play here. You don't want to force a sack because he needs a Quintorius con for his spark doubles. So those who never piled the deck, make sure that you don't allow that legendary rule to trigger here. Sandra wants to come see Kaiju. She needs to come see Kaiju. Sandra, you're always invited to see Kaiju. You know you're always invited. We even gave her a shower just the other day. She's nice and clean. And she just wants to drool all over you. She's a Newfoundland, for those who haven't seen a Newfoundland. They're a big dog. They're a big dog, aren't you? Spark double the play. Looks like he's got double copies of Quintorius, so he's basically going to kill me with the exile effects at this point. Spark double into another spark double. Quintorius. Gets me down to 7. Just one spark double away to hitting for 8. And there it is. Spark double. Hits me for the last bit of damage. Game 1 goes to Zach. Let's go get that game 1 star for you. And we got one more game. Can you guys guess where this one goes? As soon as I stopped petting Kaiju, she was gone. She was like, I got all the pets I need from you. I'm done with you. Or maybe she was just comforting me because she knew. And honestly, I'm not that stressed about it today. It's so much easier to be able to watch this afterwards. Another reason why I enjoy recording these things, I can see my play mistakes, learn from those play mistakes. Maybe Zach learned something from how awesome his combo spinning the wheel is. Six minutes. Buckle in. We got one more game of Magic ahead of us. Can you imagine who's going to win this? Everyone's like saying spoilers when I'm literally putting the time down here for you to see it. And you're like, pretty sure this is ending pretty quickly. I think I know where this one goes. And that's right. My deck actually turbo combos on turn 2 twice in a row for a full 3 minutes. Strap in. It's insane. Zach in a mold of 5. Myself in a mold of 5. On the play. Not necessarily where I want to be. Start off with a Blooming Marsh, Stitcher Supplier. Stomp. Haywire Might. Blackleaf Cliffs. Back to Zach. Likely going to stay tapped. Yep. Into the Triumph. I've learned. See? I learned. Remember when Zach helped me with the last one. Would have vault to play. I got the Soul Cauldron, trying to set it up. Attack for 2. Gonna discard the Haywire Might, so at least now everything that has a +1/+1 is now a Haywire Might. If I was untapped, it'd be a great card that I can basically sack in response to him trying to target with the Leyline Binding, and I can get the trigger I so desperately need, because I need to fill up my yard as fast as possible. I love that I turned half this video into a PSA. Those that don't know those old G.I. Joe videos, PSA, public service announcement. All right, going in for 3. Put this, put that Bone Crusher underneath it to get Stitchers as a 3/3. Kind of trying to bait one of those Bedazzled here. I don't think I'm really going to be able to bait him into this card, considering he knows I want my graveyard filled. End turn, goes, ramps out. Uses the Beanstalk to go get himself a basic, looking for which one. He's got all colors, so it really doesn't matter. I think he needs double red, though. So I think he might be going for another mountain. Because the deck wants to make sure that not only does it have every single color, but it has, mountain. Has double red for the Carnificent Carnosaur if he needs to go up that high. Gun down to 13. No cards in the graveyard, unfortunately. Beanstalk is in the Adventure Zone. Getting a land, turning this land into a 3/3. Get the damage in, that's 8, so he's at 5. All I gotta do is hope that he doesn't Quintorius combo me on 5. How much do you guys want to put in the betting pool that he Quintorius combos me on 5? Technically turn 4, given the fact he was able to ramp, but do you want to pay bets in the chat? You want to put some money that my Jund deck doesn't come out of nowhere? And this is some high stick. We're not a gambling channel. I think that was yeah, we're not a gambling channel. Here comes 5. Quintorius to play. Go figure. Who would have thought? Quintorius does Quintorius things. And the wheels keep spinning, spinning. Spark Double the first hit. Unfortunately, couldn't hit the Spark Double. Or the Clever Impersonator. Yeah, and all that work is now going to slowly go away. Spark Double the hit. And the deck keeps spinning, 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 spinning. Black Eyed Peas, if those people don't know, it's not royalty free, so just gotta. Maybe you just look at it as a, I don't know, me just making a joke, but it's a clever play on the Black Eyed Peas for anyone who's old as I am to know the difference. Clever Impersonator. Copy the Spark Double. This allows him to keep that legendary rule from going into effect. And now it just needs to hit one more. 4 copies of Quintorius. And the next card that comes off is going to deal 8 damage to me. Clever Impersonator. That'll do it. That's 8 damage. And that's the game. So yeah, I will give you your 2 win stars here. Zach, I think this deck is going to do really well. I think that as we've done practice before, the aggro matchup is not as kind. I think maybe just as tilting, but maybe not. I don't know. You have to tell me. But that is the deck. It just eats mine for breakfast for the most part. I'm going to be redoing my side deck. I will be getting a deck together to show you guys at home what I decided to do for copies. I'm putting out the Stone Brains to let you guys know that I put it literally in every game, and I never saw it, so I couldn't show you. But had it resolved, Spark Double would have been the pick. So if you're worrying about what you got to do, if you need to worry about this combo, get in a side deck card that you can call a combo piece, call Spark Double, and you can pretty much cripple this deck and deal with the threats as is. Obviously, a 7/6 with Trample is not easy to deal with, but it's a lot easier to deal with than doing, bless you, absolutely nothing, which is pretty much what you saw me do for most of this game. Alrighty, so just a friendly reminder, this is the last week. We got a chat here, giving away all the secrets. I want everyone at home to know exactly what you have to do. The deck is fun. It's interesting. I think it's neat to play. I think because of its matchup with the different deck types out there, it's not going to see a ban. I think personally, it's almost more tilting to have to deal with the combos from Amalia combo. But yeah, I gotta say, it doesn't feel good when you can't play Magic. So with that, I do want to put out a reminder here. LifeLink Games starting 24. That's next week from tomorrow. Those on YouTube, whenever I play this video live, it's that close or past that date. I don't know. We're working on the time schedule for YouTube. This one's allowing 5 proxies. I want to remind you out there what the prize support you're going to get when you participate in this thing. We have not only a dedicated mat that's going to have the series of the DC Commander Series mat winner Series 1. So we're going to have mats for every single series. You're going to get a token with your likeness on said token as you as a champion and annotated as the champion. So you'll get 10 whole copies of that card, foil. So you'll have a foil rendition of your ability, and then we'll have some extra copies for those that might want it. Looking into potentially doing some sleeves. Don't quote us on that one. We got to look on cost here, because we're charging basically $10 and I think $1 or $2 over for the entry of it. All that money, you get regular prize support every single week, like you would if you were in a basic FNM or any kind of regular competition. But the $2 or $1 extra is going to go into the prize support, so we can give it top 4 mats. The first place gets the championship mat. Depending on turnout, we might go top 8. Obviously, if we have the money, we're going to go as deep as we can for everybody. But a token of your likeness, not partnered, but a good friend of the channel, Matt's Magic Proxies. He's going to be helping us out making these beautiful beautiful token arts with your likeness and however you want it designed, forever commemorating you as the Dual Commander Series 1 champion. 5 proxies allowed. Come out. We got 8 weeks starting next week, not this Friday, a week from this Friday. 8 weeks of gameplay leading up to it. The top 16, if enough points are on the board. And we're going to have a whole day dedicated just to you, showing you the Dual Commander Championship Series with the top competitors. I hope to see all of you out there. Tomorrow's our last practice day. Get it in while you can, because we're in for a fun ride with the Dual Commander Series. And as always, stay humble.